So far, we have been introduced to schnoz and taken a tour of beautiful Boca Ciega Bay. We know that the dolphins love these shallow waters, but who else do they share it with? Dolphins may be the #1 draw to the Sunshine State, but manatees are a close second. Just how many manatees do we have? What do they eat? How do they spend their time? Let's take a look at the lifestyle of the beloved manatee, also known endearingly as the sea cow. Imagine sailing the high seas aboard a galleon alongside the likes of infamous pirates or noble naval sailors. It's the 15th century. The world is open for exploration, and you're keen to make your mark on history. Now, picture this, a docile face with thick cheeks covered with long whiskers staring up at you from the seas, a creature unlike anything you've ever seen before. Dark gray, sometimes mottled with moss, rotund, this curious creature is beautiful in its own way. It is easy to think that a manatee comes straight out of mythology. Mariners on long voyages often mistook the humble manatee for mermaids. Can you believe it? The first written encounter with a manatee in North America came by way of Christopher Columbus, who complained that they being mermaids, weren't as beautiful as the artists had made them out to be.
Yesterday, when I was going to the Rio del Oro, I saw 3 sirens that came up very high out of the sea. They were not as beautiful as they are painted, since in some ways they have a face like a man.
Here in Boca Ciega Bay, the West Indian manatee, also known as the North American manatee, weighs between 450 and 1,300 pounds and is typically between 9 to 12 feet long. Cruising at 5 miles per hour, the manatee can live up to 50 years in the wild. In captivity, one manatee known as Snooty lived for 69 years. Manatees look the same regardless of age. Wouldn't it be nice to look like a 20-year-old when you're 50? Manatees are mammals and therefore must breathe air. They also give live birth, produce milk, and have warm blood. Their closest land relative is the elephant. Can you see a slight resemblance? As a mostly herbivorous creature, the manatee feeds mostly on seagrasses in shallow waters where the sunlight can reach the seafloor. On any given day, the manatee must consume up to 10% of its body weight. That can mean up to 140 pounds of grass per day. Manatees prefer water temperatures that are 72 degrees Fahrenheit or above. In the winter, when the water in Boca Ciega Bay is cooler, manatees will seek out warmer waters such as natural springs. They may also travel to areas around power plants that discharge warm water, like the one in Apollo Beach. In the summer, they explore coastal waters with their young. Baby manatees are known as calves, just like their dolphin counterparts. For 2 years, calves live closely alongside their mother until they have gained enough mass to be an unlikely target for predators. As with all marine mammals, one of the top threats to their livelihood is habitat destruction. Though Boca Ciega Bay is thriving and has come a long way from the reckless environmental destruction of the 1950s, the manatee is a threatened species even here due to the loss of seagrass meadows. The manatee is protected by the Marine Mammal Protection Act to ensure that their population returns to healthy levels. Efforts to repopulate the bay with natural seagrass are ongoing and provides hope for the future of the majestic manatee. Up next, we'll talk about ways in which you can help keep Boca Ciega Bay a wonderful place for the manatees, dolphins, and all of the creatures that call it home.